Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to another day that ends in Y. And another NIJI yab. Hello. Hello. I need a cough, one sec. Alright, so. For those who don't know, this morning, there's been an update on the Twisty situation as she went live to talk about the video that was leaked. In a tweet, she linked to a YouTube video, and in that video, she had some explosive allegations. Now, I don't know what NIJI's gonna do about this. I feel like this has to be addressed. And she talks about multiple stuff. A lot of stuff we already knew, but definitely given more weight to them. She also talks about her apology, but the focus today is mostly going to be on the Nijisanji allegations. It was also a black screen live. Now, for those who don't know, I've been sick and my throat is still like super dry, so I have some trouble talking sometimes. And there's some coughs here and there, so sorry about that. I'm gonna try to mute them, but sometimes I just can't help it. Exil, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the resub. Yeah, I'll turn off the background music. Right now, if you're on Twitch, I think you have 48 hours left where you can gift on sub bundles and you get a 35% discount. After this stream, we're also going to be celebrating 100,000 subscribers on my channel, and I'll be doing a hand cam stream. We're going to be baking a very cursed cake, so I'll probably raid into that waiting room, and I hope you guys can stick around. Holy shit, and Anonymous just gifted 20 sub on Twitch. Oh my fucking god, Giga Chad, thank you. Yeah, it's going to be a hoof cam stream. Oh yeah, hoof reveal for sure, for sure. So yeah, this morning, a second black background stream has hit the NIJI towers. And for those who don't know, before yesterday, there was another Twisty recording that was leaked where she said a bunch of, horrible stuff, basically racist stuff, transphobic stuff, misandrous stuff, saying all men are mentally ill and hope she dies, saying her fan base, wasn't giving her any money, that's why she's spamming collabs. And it looked really bad. But in that stream, this is important for context, she also talks about Nijisanji. And she complains about the company, again, saying that they hate her and stuff. So let's just, to refresh our memory, I'll play that part of the recording again. It's been taken down, but we have a bunch of archive in our Discord. If you want to join, you want to participate in discussion, you just want to lurk, or you want to provide information on different situations and topics, you can join discord.gg/Rima. Who did you acquire the hands from? My friend Kira Yoshikage is my usual go-to. The hands? Well, I got horse hands. This news is pretty crazy, but I seriously need to know how this affects the supply chains for fan manufacturers. Wait, what do you mean fan manufacturers? Oh, the fans in the clip. Oh, right. Spirit, you troll. Okay, let me turn off the background music now. Turn on my browser audio. Okay, this is my note to play the Twisty video. So first of all, we'll look at the first recording, then we'll look at the one that happened this morning. I have so many tabs open.
Kitten. And she's like,
What?
yes, daddy. And
Okay,
yeah,
I'm just saying.
Twitter's
every time I
useless,
stream,
but
it's
just to like,
basically me talking to Epic for like an entire 2 hours. But it's not that bad, I guess.
well, talking to an Indian sounds pretty terrible.
Okay. Yeah. Don't be a red light, okay.
Well, I hate Epic and I hate his kind, so.
Ever since, I feel like did you say something to him? Because he stopped sending me stuff.
Yeah, I don't know why this is such low quality. It's a backup, so.
Like money or what?
No. Like,
Anyway, I feel like we already watched this, so we don't need to rewatch the whole thing. If you want to watch the full thing, you can look at my stream from 2 days ago. You know, there's like the racist remark, calling herself transphobic, talking shit about some brave group talent, and I believe the Nijisanji stuff is like around here.
You're talking about.
oh no, I'm just talking about the serial person.
Oh yeah.
Murder from us. How about she is like cute in her own way?
She's not cute in her own way, wife. I'm not kidding. Like, I could not get through this. Like, it's really bad. Like, it's shocked. I cannot believe that she was hired. Like, not even like just being mean because I'm transphobic.
No,
like,
part of it's that.
Yeah, I also have a video on my highlight channel on this. I'm trying to find the part that I'm looking for real quick. This is really low quality.
on your
Remember, like
model?
the raccoon wanted me to have like.
Oh yeah, he wanted to have long,
legs?
sexy legs.
Yeah, but I think I like you.
It's literally only because their audience are all fucking Twitter Chinese, and they don't want to piss them off, which is fucking weird because none of those people watch me anyways. So why should I care about like them being pissed off? Like, it's so stupid.
Why should they care about you being pissed off?
Then why'd they hire me?
For fun?
Like, maybe they could have looked into the future and like realized that the girl who talked about wanting to be a lolly wanted to be a lolly. I don't know. That just kind of seems weird to me.
I feel like it's pretty obvious that they knew that, based on what they were talking to you about.
Okay, no, it's because they want
they
to
just-
hire you, right? But then they're like, okay,
They just
well,
fucking
we
lied to me
can't
pretty
do
much.
it.
They literally just lied to me.
No, it's because they wanted to hire you.
Yeah, so they lied.
It's fine. You can get a lolly model next time.
They're never gonna give me a fucking lolly model. Like, it makes me so mad. And everybody wonders why I don't want to stream. Like, my fans are fucking retarded. And they're upset that I spam collabs all day. Have you ever considered it's because none of you, like, send me any money at all? Like, it's just crazy to me that they don't understand, like, the connection. And I mean, I can't blame them because they're all like underage kids and that's Nijisanji's fan base, but why do you want to pander to those people? Give us ugly fucking models that they pay nothing for. Take all of our income.
Okay, this is the rant.
Like,
Weird.
I'm so sick of pronouns. You're so fucking annoying. Why are all men just mentally?
I don't know.
Like, they're literally all the same. Bear has a fucking mental breakdown because he thinks that we're actually dating or something. And he messages me and spams me nonstop because he can't understand.
Okay, guys are. I'm gonna pick.
Yeah, men are fucking mentally ill and I think they should all die, honestly.
What a way to end this. Thank you for years of weep for the resub. Is this not edited or no, it's the same video. And also I saw somebody said that I thought she didn't say that she was transphobic. I didn't say that. I say the audio sounds spliced, but that doesn't mean it is. It's a possibility, but that doesn't mean it is. She might have been talking about herself. She might have been talking about something else. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, let's get to the juice. This is old news. This is what happened 2 days ago. I just wanted to put this in context. Yeah, they are. After this, Twisty apologized. We also went over that. I'm not going to reread this. You guys can watch the video for this, my highlight video on my second channel. Make sure to leave a subscribe. But this morning, at 9:22 a.m. EST, she tweeted a sincere apology and my truth. And then she went live on YouTube and revealed a lot more information. And this is what the stream is about today. Oh, wait. The audio is very quiet, so we do have like a boosted version of this with captions, a boosted volume version of this. So maybe let's just listen to that one instead. And the thing is, when the first leaks came out, right, it looked really, really bad on her. And a lot of people, especially Nijisanji fans, started saying that you see how, crazy she is, you see how Manhara she is. She probably lied about the Aster stuff. And because of this, because of those, the recording that got leaked, there was a lot of people doubting the Aster allegations. Now, Twisty in this recording says a lot more about Aster that's very interesting. That's one way to put it. Hello? Just gonna start. Okay. Wait, I think I have the wrong version. One sec. Oh yeah, no, that was the right version. We're cool. Yep. You should spam collabs too. I think the Uno one was the best laugh I had in a while. Take care of your voice in the meantime. I love that Uno collab. I actually love the Uno collab. I'd love to do more. It's too bad Kai is graduating. Fuck. Is that what the indies were talking about when the Hound got destroyed? That behind the scenes, some people and companies are sus? Well, they could be talking about a lot of companies. Okay, let's play this. Okay, the stream starts off quiet. 154.
Hello, everyone. It's been a while. I want to start off by saying that this stream is somewhat scripted. There are a lot of things I do want to address today, and I'd like to keep my thoughts somewhat organized. I want to acknowledge, first off, that what I'm about to say, I don't want this to come off as an attack on anyone or to try and justify the things that I've said or done. I just want to share with you my truth and my experience and my feelings about everything that's happened, I guess. I want to say that I'm genuinely sorry. I know it's hard to believe coming from someone who said all of that disgusting stuff, and I don't know. I guess I just want to say that I do wish to be a better person. I didn't say that statement to try and, get apologies for me. I know that I want to be a better person going forward, and that's something that is not going to change and will not change. I think it's kind of hard to believe for a lot of people when I say that I'm not the person I was a few months ago, and that's okay. I don't think I'm totally 100% reformed, I'm not perfect, but I do think that your life experiences can shape the person that you are, and I think a lot of people maybe have misunderstood me, and so I just want to clarify. I did used to think that words were just words, and that is true.
At first, she, mostly apologizes, and then she starts talking more about her experience within the company.
Everything I said just had no meaning, and I didn't say things because I hated people or I was angry with them. I just said them to say them without even thinking at all. But just in the past few months...
Can I just think one pet peeve of mine is like the baby voice being used for this? That's just a personal thing. I don't know. I'm having trouble with it, probably because I'm not that much into ASMR, unless it's like one of my girls, like Alias and Nono or Maria, that I like listening to their ASMR. But this makes it hard to listen to. Like, are we using an ASMR mic for this? I wish she just used like her normal voice, like the one she was speaking with in the previous clip we watched.
Meeting a lot of people and kind of expanding my worldview, I really do not think that way anymore. I kind of realize now that words do have meanings, and implications and everything. It can really hurt.
Yeah, NIJI black screen stream ASMR.
And these are things that I genuinely do regret, and I really intend to never repeat. And I'm truly, truly sorry if I've hurt you, and I hope that regardless of forgiveness, that you'll be able to heal from my words. That being said, I do want to clarify a few things that I've seen. First off, me deleting my posts had absolutely nothing to do with my statement.
Oh, I guess I should show you guys which post she's referring to, although I feel like it's... Okay, because she deleted a post from her Twitter, and because of that, people were like ratting about it. People were saying that her Twitter posts have been wiped as a day ago. They're talking about this. I'm not sure how to reply directly, but I'm sorry if I worried you. It's still a work in progress, but I've decided to remove my posts because I feel like a lot of them come from a place of kind of negative emotions. Things are looking up for me. So I guess I just want things to feel more positive. Okay, now we got context for that. Let's go back to the video.
I was not aware of the video being leaked until I think a few hours after it had been posted to YouTube, and I had already kind of felt like I was on the path to become a kinder, more positive person, and that was, I don't know, it was the point I was like, well, I feel like maybe my personal account should reflect that. Also, I've never, and I will never, post any sort of like anti-LGBT or racist rhetoric. I'm not a political streamer. I don't intend to be. I believe that these are changes that kind of need to be made in my personal life. And I just don't want my community to be one that's made out of hatred. And also, maybe this is stupid to bring up, but I'm gonna say it regardless. Yes, I hate yaoi.
This part's funny because it really took me by surprise because I don't think that was not in the original leaks. That was not I don't know why this is being brought up, but a lot of people were lolling at this.
I'm personally not attracted to anime men, so it's kind of a...
I'm personally offended by this.
2 is worse than 1 situation for me. Any tweets regarding it were just in reference to...
Oh, it's about her tweets, okay.
Like, my friends talking about BL in the group chat and me just poking fun at them for it. And I guess, moving on, I'm sorry if this is switching topics, but...
She's not a fujoshi.
I also do want to speak about my experience. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you aren't really surprised to see a stream like this for me.
Yeah, everybody was calling her base for the Yao comment. Yaoi? Yao? Whatever.
Kind of a lot about if this was something I even wanted to get into, but I know there are a lot of rumors and speculation going around, so I do want to speak about my experience, you know, at my job and with certain people. And I guess, you know, I want to put it out there that this isn't really something that I wanted to be sensationalized. I feel like it's a really personal and emotional matter to me, and I never intended for things to end up this way, and I do feel sorry that they have. I guess I'll start with the job part. So, you know, something that was kind of once presented as a dream opportunity, well, it very quickly just turned into a lot of...
Alright, here we go. Yaoi only appeals to degens, right, Rima? Hey, don't say that to my library that's filled with degens right now.
Stress and disappointment and disillusionment. And over the past year, I received very little of the support I was promised. I'm sorry if this is all gonna come out as blunt, but this is just my personal experience working, and I know other people have very varied ones, so this isn't meant to be like, oh well, you know, this person is lying, because some people I do believe have had positive experiences, but this is just mine. So the entire environment was just, it was filled with constant ongoing delays, and a lot of the communication was very unclear and lacking. And
I feel like this is sort of a repeat of the, you know, bad work environment that Selene spoke about around her termination time as well.
I feel that overall, it was just a very toxic and uncomfortable work culture.
Toxic and uncomfortable work culture.
When I joined, we were asked to delete all personal and professional social media accounts and to step away from any existing jobs, IRL or otherwise, to commit fully to this new opportunity.
That's crazy that they're also encouraged not only to step away from voice acting jobs or, you know, any content creation jobs, but also any jobs IRL, so they can focus fully on this opportunity and then get shackled with Nijisanji. And watch what she says next. Yeah, of course you guys like Yuri more, Hagfish. Thank you for a super chat.
And in return, I received what I feel like was minimal support and visibility and promotion to be able to sustain myself throughout the new transition.
This is definitely more of an expose than an apology. I feel like the apology really took a backbone. I think there was somebody in chat that typed something that really summarized the whole thing. It was like L apology, but W receipts.
Because of a lot of unforeseen delays that followed shortly after onboarding, I went nearly 8 months without steady income. The majority of my first paycheck was used to cover required work-related expenses.
That was also something echoed in her leaks. Remember when False ID made that video with the Twisty leaks? That was something that was mentioned in those DMs as well. She said something like, oh, 90% of my paycheck went to work expenses, and said that she didn't get paid for like 8 months. Yes, Sayu said that he auditioned for Nijisanji and made through the negotiation and made the same claim that Niji wanted him to drop all VA contract he had, and he said no. Yeah. You guys kind of spoiled what I had prepared for the stream, because I was going to show that clip soon. Yeah, it's interesting that some livers have office jobs. I suppose you're encouraged, but you're not obligated to drop your jobs. No worries, Sean.
July 2024, I raised concerns about inappropriate behavior and misconduct within.
In July 2024. Hold up. Now she's going on another topic, so let's just watch the... Let's watch the Sayu clip first, because that has to do with these first allegations. Oh god, why do I have so many clips? Why do I have so many stuff open? Okay.
The story. But, and I think I could talk about it because I never signed an NDA for this. I interviewed for NIJI years ago. In my like first year, I got sniped. No, I'm just kidding. Now I'm not going to disclose the contract because that's not my place to say. And I'm sure you can maybe find the contract like out there, you know. I'm sure if you go looking for details on the contract, I'm sure you can find it, but that's not my place because I don't want to reveal that. And I've worked with Nijisanji in the past, right? Not just through voiceover, but I hosted the Anime Impulse panel. I remember interviewing them, or them having that interview. They seemed really nice, I will say. This was probably 2021, 2022. I think it was actually 22, because I did interview for a different company in 21. Every fellow like VTuber that I've had this conversation with about, like, it's like, they're like, oh, if you want to sign with an org, I'm sure they would take you like that. You know, like a corporation, like a corpo, they take you like that. They, you know, like, I mean, you're a voice actor, you sing, like, you're entertaining and all that stuff. And I was like, sure, like, I mean, I'm not gonna, like, you know, have an ego about it and be like, oh yeah, that's me, baby, I'm in there. But, like, I mean, based on the conversations I had with them, they did seem interested. But there was one thing during the interview,
there we go.
I said no. You know, one company told me that, not NIJI, but the other company, they were like, hey, do you, for your voiceover, do you have an agent? And I was like, yeah, I have an agent. And I was like, yeah, I have an agent. And they were like, okay, would you quit your agency? And I was like, I don't feel the need to because I feel like agency and management are different. I'm like, okay, cool. So you prioritize your voiceover. And I was like, huh? What in the genjutsu? What? What do you mean? Huh? And that didn't work out. With NIJI, they told me I could not do voiceover at all.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. And they were like, is that non-negotiable? I was like, hey, I would love to work with you guys, But yeah, that's not negotiable. And the reason why I even considered, and this is where my thought process is going, that some folks might take the, and I don't know, this might be a hot take, you know, everybody has different living situations. Everybody has different situations, right? Like whether they need to pay bills, they want to do it for popularity, different stuff, right? For me, I just want to try it out. That's the kind of person that I am. I wanted to try it out. And if it didn't work out, I'd only sign a year contract and then I'd be gone and do my own thing, you know? Which I feel like I'm not saying all the Nijisanji folks, but I feel like some of the Nijisanji folks might see it that way too. But everybody has different situations, right? Everybody has different living situations. Some people need to pay their bills. For some people, Nijisanji, or, you know, one of these corporations that's paying them is the most money they've ever had in their life. You know, for some people, it's just a way to express themselves and not have to worry about a lot of the logistics. But I feel like because they've gotten older and are understanding the industry and the space a bit more, they're like, oh, I'm kind of getting fucked a bit. And by a bit, I mean a lot, you know? And again, I'm not going to go into detail about contracts.
No, if somebody with options, it's just a bad deal, is basically what Sayu's saying.
But yeah. Isn't voiceover your primary passion? Well, the thing is, I love voiceover. It is one of my primary passions, and I'm glad. You know what's crazy? They did call me out on that shit, and for a while I was like, why would they? I could balance it out, but they were right. They were 100% right, and it wouldn't have worked out, and that's okay. But I'm not gonna give it up entirely. And that other company, they didn't tell me I couldn't do voiceover. They just wanted to be the ones to handle the voiceover for me. Like, they essentially wanted to be my manager, my agent, my everything. And I was like, I don't know about that, Chief. But with NIJI, they just didn't want me to do it. And I guess it's because my voice would be so recognizable, which, I hate to break it to you, my voice is pretty recognizable. But that's the shitty thing. They put you in a situation that, you know, me as the VTuber, they want the IP rights. Yeah, they did. They wanted the IP rights to my voice.
Wow.
Yeah. And the thing was, I was willing to not stream as Sayu for a while. You know, like 1-2 years, depending on how long I was enjoying it for. But the moment that I stopped having fun, I would have been out the door.
That's crazy that they can get the IP to your voice.
Would have gone about it. But not everybody is in that situation. I'm in a very privileged position where I've busted my ass off since I was like 14, where I've been making content since I was 14, and even when I moved out on my own, I had income because of the YouTube content, you know? But some of these folks that sign with NIJI when they're first starting out are smaller creators, and this is the most money, and not just Nijisanji, by the way. This could, you know, go to any other company that is like a corpo, you know, like NIJI, Hollow, Prism, or whatever. You know, like, it helps them out a lot. Yeah, I've been making content since I was 14, fellas. 15 years, baby. Not a Sayu, obviously. You know, I've been putting in that grind since I was a kid. All that to say, I understand why folks are leaving, and it is sad. And what happened to Selene wasn't even their fucking choice. They didn't even get a choice. They just got fired. So NIJI, fucking do better, man. Treat your fucking talent better. I don't know.
Okay, and also somebody else who's echoed this exact pattern from NIJI was drum rolls as I found my tab. Hold up. Hold it. Zion Lanza. And remember, she wrote One Girl Story, and in there, she talks about her interview with Nijisanji From Sayu to Sayu. Why is it spelled differently but pronounced the same? When I received the first email asking me to interview with Nijisanji, I confirmed a time slot that they had already listed as an offer and waited. However, I realized that the day of that I still didn't have a link to the online interview call. Exactly 4 minutes before I was meant to be on the call, I messaged them again to ask for the meeting links. Then 2 minutes after the confirmed meeting time, they sent me a new email with the link. The interview itself felt fine. There were 2 people on the call. It felt like they were asking questions based on the answers I gave, which made me feel like they were listening and did care about the person I was. There wasn't any information told to me regarding specifics of their company, like how they ran things differently from other VTubers or talent agencies. Things like being unable to use my current social media or streaming accounts forever, versus simply for a short amount of time. Being unable to use any current game accounts or allowing certain things, none of that was included, as it was a simple interview. What was interesting came at the very end, though. I had mentioned that I previously had a job at a tech company. One of the interviewers, who hadn't said a single thing until then, asked me in Japanese how much I used to make as an independent streamer. I told him how much from subscriptions, sponsorships, etc., and he responded, Then immediately following that, he asked how much I used to make at my tech job. I answered that I actually made less than I currently did as a streamer. He gave me the same and said he had no further questions. I thought, well, if they're going to ask questions like that, then I'll ask one that I wasn't sure if I could ask. And I asked, do you guys have a monthly salary or minimum per month that you pay to your talents? That interviewer answered, no. But I can tell you that if you sign under us, that you'll make more than you're making right now. I'll never forget that. But at the time, the compensation structure was not discussed. Fast forward to the 21st of August, I made it through to the final interview with the CEO. This was the only time in the entire time I had been there that I would get to even see his presence in my or the talent's vicinity, let alone speak with him. He asked questions that I thought were very good and well thought out. Things such as, what kind of character do you want to play? To which I answered, I'm usually the anti-hero. I like saying things that make people laugh or surprise or shock them. I love getting reactions out of people. He also asked how much I wish to act for my future character on stream. I said that depends on how much content the company and I end up expecting of myself. I do shorter hours per day. Then of course that makes it easier to keep up a persona further from myself. I do longer hours like I'm used to doing, however, then it would be easier if I was being more myself. Again, nothing regarding how they run the company or what they expected me to give up was mentioned. Around the end of October is when we were finally able to start planning for our debut. I had experience debuting as a VTuber for my own activities, so I was familiar with all the elements needed and how to manage planning with all the different people I'd work with. Regarding the question of what was needed for the debut and subsequent streaming activities, the managers informed that nothing is really required. It's up to you how much or how little you want to have for it. I personally incurred the cost of planning a successful debut. Our lore was written ourselves. I had to find people who had the skill set needed for the graphics and animation myself, and pay for them myself. By the time we debuted, I was already hugely in the red, and in order to plan and execute a debut befitting of a talent of such a big company. It's a pattern. They tell you to quit your jobs, allegedly. They kind of lock you in, so you place all your eggs into the Nijisanji basket. You have to front a hugely expensive debut, just like Twisty did. And then by the time you debut, you're usually in the red, and then you gotta work even harder to try to make that up. Now, Twisty claims that she went nearly 8 months without a steady income due to company delays. I don't know if it's because their debut was delays or other delays. And then she says that her first paycheck was almost entirely used to cover quote, required work-related expenses. And then she states that posting publicly on social media was the only way I ever received any form of response from my job, as private communications was consistently ignored. Well, let's keep watching what she says next. And there was also, you know, Doki Bird, who paid $200,000 of her own money for projects. Actually, I forgot about that.
Mr. Man has been helping out a lot. When he's like, what do you want to do? And I was like, I want to do so many projects. I want to host events. I want to host events with so many different indies and different companies in the West and everything. And then Mr. Man was like, we can get sponsors for that. I was like, huh? And he was like, yeah, you don't have to pay out of your own pocket anymore. I was like, what? I was like, wait, huh? And that blew my mind. That blew my mind. By the way, my mom scolded me about this because, you know, during all of this, she looked at my financials and I made 0 profit last year. She was like, Doki, you have to spend less. You spent $200,000 last year. And I was like, that hurt. Oh, that hurt. But then when Mr. Man was like, all those projects you want to do, all of that you want to do, you don't have to, you won't be spending $200,000. It just blew my mind. It blew my mind. I couldn't.
So yeah, so this is kind of a pattern with NIJI. You know, this is the third person that kind of repeats the same thing. You know, they tell you, oh, it's up to you, to spend as little or as how much for your Nijisanji debut. We don't have any requirement. Basically, that just means we're not really financing anything, so it's up to you how much you want to invest. This is your first day. It's your first introduction to the world. You want to make an impact. Obviously, there's a bar that you need to reach. You spend a lot of money. And then after that, you gotta stream a fuck ton to pay that back. And we know what Nijisanji's revenue splits are like. So now, back to the ASMR Black stream.
In the company, I will try and clarify a little later what I mean by that. The individual in question had a known history of manipulation.
Reminder, it's very common tactic for abusers to have the victim in a vulnerable economic situation to make it easier to take advantage of them. Thank you for the super chat, Azehara. Oh, I think some super chats disappeared that I missed. I'll try to catch them at the end.
And targeting new hires, especially women. Despite this,
Wait, I just want to go back and say that keep in mind the dates.
required work-related expenses. In July 2024,
In July 2024.
I raised concerns about inappropriate behavior and misconduct within the company. I will try and clarify a little later what I mean by that. The individual in question had a known history of manipulation and targeting new hires, especially women.
So she's referring to Aster here, I believe, or people believe. And keep in mind, Twisty debuts May 2024.
Despite this, I was told that no action would be taken due to fear of retaliation. These issues were not new. They'd even been brought up long before I joined, but no meaningful steps were ever taken to address them.
It's weird. Like, she even says that these allegations are not new. So basically saying that people knew about his behavior, but no meaningful steps were taken. People had spoken about it before. Maybe she's talking about the Raziel doc. Like, remember Raziel? It was Luca Kaneshiro's ex-mod. And one part of her document was talking about Aster Acadia harassing other coworkers. I can confirm that Lucas said that multiple girls were coming to him about the issue since management wouldn't do anything. And he discussed it with both Elira and I. I personally told him to gather as much evidence as possible and bring it to management since it shouldn't be there, Lucas and Elira's job to regulate this issue. And to my understanding, nothing was done about it. To help you with clarity, I remember that incident, it was Aster. Another Nijisanji liver confirmed by DM the Aster allegations after this had been made public. So this is not the first time we hear these allegations. It's not even the first time that somebody says that it's been brought up to management and that management doesn't do anything about it. Yeah, and this was in February. So she debuts in May 2024. So that's what, two months before she debut? 3 months before she debut. And 5 months before she even brings it up. Reba, no math allowed on stream. You know what? You guys do the math. I gave you the dates. I'm not good at math. That was never my forte. You guys do the math.
I feel like the toll this took on me was severe. My mental health wasn't really in a good place to begin with, and it deteriorated to the point where I could no longer function as I once had. I had to withdraw from multiple voice acting opportunities because I couldn't even get myself to record for anything without just breaking down and crying. And I remember one time sitting in front of my desk doing a waiting room for like 10 minutes, and I was just sitting there trying to calm myself down and, you know, be able to entertain my fans, but I ended up just ending the stream before it even began because I had broken down in tears, and I really just could not get myself to stop crying.
Damn.
It felt like the entire time no one believed me and that I had to stay quiet despite what I was going through. I was told not to speak about this with anyone, not with my coworkers, no one. Just to never speak of it or mention it again.
Who told her never to speak again, or who told her never to speak about it or mention it again? Was it management? Like, what is she? That's a crazy thing. That's a crazy thing. Was it staff?
I felt like I just couldn't risk showing what was really going on to the world, and because of that, I made a lot of mistakes. Together with some of my coworkers, I pleaded for the situation to be taken seriously.
Okay, so she ganged up with some of her coworkers and they brought it up to management once again. Ice Daddy, thank you so much for the gift sub. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it, guys. Enjoyed the gifts, guys. Oops, I clicked on this on accident.
We emphasized that without proper intervention, the consequences would fall on everyone. But still, nothing had changed. In November 2024, staff were made aware that private conversations had been leaked online.
So I think that's the false ID video, maybe? Did she say December? Because the false ID video was in December. Oh, November. No, really? Then I don't know what she's referring to. She said November? The screenshots were out before that video. Oh, were they out on like forums? Yeah, but Savvy did his video, but not 2 months before. That's like too long. That information was already circulating in November? Okay, then that might be it.
We urged them to respond or prepare for the fallout of everything. Nearly a month passed.
Maybe it was on
No
4chan.
communication, nor action, until the video was published, and public backlash forced the situation kind of out into the open.
Okay, wait, I want to re-listen to that part.
Nor action, until the video was published.
Okay.
And public backlash.
Okay, maybe now she's referring to the false video.
Forced the situation kind of out into the open. I was then instructed to take a break from my work following an announcement of an investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Despite this,
So this is probably when she got self-suspended and they announced the investigation. Where is it? This part. They announced the investigation here. Third-party investigation, which we're still waiting for the results, by the way. And they're saying they're investigating both. The investigation will focus on the issues of sexual harassment and unauthorized information leakage to outside parties. The first leak was Salvi, but the first leak was Salvi's video came out like a week before False, wasn't it? And we have that, first Aster cooking stream that's still delayed to this day. Now pushed back to July 24th, by the way, over 6 months ago. Yeah, we have investigated ourselves and found no problem. At this point, I've given up on any hope of them concluding this investigation. I feel like they were just trying to buy time for us to forget about this.
I never once felt that my concerns were ever meaningfully addressed. Most conversations focused not on resolving the matter, but on managing my exit. I remember
That's crazy.
the first call we had. For, I would say, 80% of it, I was explaining VTuber culture and kind of what VTubers were. And for the other 20%, I explained my experience with this person And, you know, I felt like I didn't have very much time to really delve into everything, and I was told that they would follow up and we'd speak more, and that never happened.
Damn, that we were also told that there would be a follow-up. The public was told there would be a follow-up on that investigation, and guess what? Nothing also happened. We want the results of that investigation, NIJI. It's crazy because every single day I have notifications on for Nijisanji's Twitter, and every single day, every time there's a notification, I look because I'm like, one day we're gonna get the results of this. We're gonna get a conclusion for this. And nope, it's just them promoting stuff, trying to bury this controversy.
Any
Debuting new waves.
conversations pretty much happened because after pushing and pushing for a response on anything, I eventually kind of broke down and said, I want to quit. I went out, and immediately they kind of got back to me, and everything following that was details surrounding my leave and my exit. But to this day, I'm not confident any real investigation ever took place. I know
What?
that
Wait, so she didn't get any questions? She didn't get interviewed for the investigation?
they were very clear in not admitting fault in any way. And I want to be honest. You know, at one point, there were talks of a settlement, and I personally do not believe that if they truly did nothing wrong, that would have been something that they even considered. But ultimately, it's something that I had decided against.
Do you guys realize how crazy that sentence is? That there were talks of settlement? So what, she got offered money for what? Staying quiet or leaving? Like, what's going on here? What does she mean by this? We don't usually sit on the EN side, but does NIJI have a history of shadow terminating JP livers? The liver goes on hiatus and never returns. Yeah, Roa. I made a big video on it. You should check it out. It's a really good video. There was a lot of research done for that one.
And I want to make it clear that I do have documentation to support my claims, including acknowledgements from the person involved, and I'll talk a bit more about that later.
Ooh. Acknowledgement for the person involved? I want to know when was offered the settlement, because if it's after the third-party investigation, doesn't that mean the investigation is over or they want to cancel it? I want to know a lot of things, but that's a good point.
Their behavior has been reported to staff so many times over the years, and it has been well documented and recognized as an issue.
Okay. And
On
yet...
top of this, another coworker had leaked my outfit just 10 minutes after I had privately shared it.
This is another insane thing. Another coworker had leaked her outfit just 10 minutes after she had privately shared it. Because you know, the other day, before yesterday when I did the stream, I said, this is the third Twisty leaks. The first Twisty leaks were the DMs that False covered in his video. The second Twisty leaks was her outfit, which was leaked on forums. And the third Twisty leaks is the recording that we have from 2 days ago. Let me just take this super chat. Settlement that confirms to me the investigation was in-house. Most likely one of the accused doing the investigating. That's messed up. Where is that video? It's not a video blade. The outfit was leaked on forums. I was in Japan when that happened, so I don't think I covered it on one of my stream, but it was documented. But it was documented in our Discord channel. And today's the fourth Twisty leak. Yeah, exactly. Oh shit! Nijisanji just woke up. Okay. I don't know if where the NIJI coworker posted it, but it somehow ended up on 4chan. And there is speculation as to who that coworker is. There were speculations before this morning about who it was because there was a lot of weird things going on. I'm just wondering when I'll show you this part. There's a little bit more where she talks about the sabotaging, so we'll listen to that part, and then I'll go into the speculation as to who this might be, and it's going to shock you. It's going to shock you. So is Twisty talking around, I'm guessing, but have you seen the weird clips of her behavior, like Big Brother and BF stuff on one of the other male members? You mean Vanta? That Vanta stream?
Not only did they expose something that I was really excited to be able to reveal to my fans and community, but they also added a lot of very mean and what I believe were manipulative comments to stir up drama and attempt to implicate me. What I feel like should have been a really happy moment was just completely ruined. I'm gonna try and shed some light onto the other situation now, and I'm gonna be honest, this is gonna be kind of a very difficult conversation for me, and I'm sorry that if I cannot convey myself properly. There are a lot of things that have happened, so I apologize that this is not as conclusive as it should be, or if things are out of place in terms of time or missing proper context. So, when I first met this person, they were very friendly, and we had bonded over games. They kept pushing me to play games, and although I really didn't want to, I eventually agreed because I just wanted to have a good relationship with all of my coworkers. Over time, their behavior really started to shift. I feel like once they felt more comfortable, they began calling me more often, making extremely flirty comments.
I'm muted. Sorry, I muted to drink. So sorry, so she started talking about Aster. That's why I stopped the stream, because I wanted to talk about who people believe. These are speculations, by the way, so put a big grain of salt on it. Yeah, it's room over. I was muted. People are speculating about who this person that leaked her outfit was. They were speculating about it before the stream this morning even aired. A few days ago, on June 8th, Twisty made this tweet. It's a vague tweet saying, maybe it makes me a mean person, but it hurts me to see others celebrating and revealing surprises when they were the one who ruined that opportunity for me. And that was tweeted one day after Reimu revealed a new outfit. Yeah, I stream on Twitch as well. And then, the day that the Twisty recording dropped 2 days ago when she was saying like all these crazy stuff in that private conversation, Reimu's alt tweeted this, damn, well, anyways, and then a bunch of hearts. So people are connecting dots, and they believe that the person who might have leaked her outfit might be Reimu. Now, of course, this is a rat, and it's not confirmed. But a lot of people are echoing that sentiment. There was some people saying that in her live stream comments. There's some people tweeting that on Twitter, saying, streaming her apology at the same time someone she is very vocally salty over is having an outfit debut. I see what you did here. And indeed, that apology was streamed at the same time Reimu was debuting her new outfit. She literally, like 1 hour when I was doing this, when I was putting this together, I grabbed a screenshot, and that tweet was 1 hour ago. New outfit revealed now, and 16 minutes before I grabbed the screenshot. Thank you again for coming. So it was literally right on top of each other. Is Nuzagi in chat? I think Nuzagi wanted to hop in. Hello? Hello?
Hello? Wait, can you hear me?
Yes.
Holy shit. Okay, can they hear me?
Yes.
Holy shit. Okay. Wow.
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 Wow, the rats are winning today.
Dude, what the hell? I just fucking woke up, right? And then I got inundated. I saw your news, right? It's like, oh my god, there's a part 2. I thought she already replied, and I look at it, it's like, oh my god, no, it's not. It's different. It's something else now. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Holy crap. That's really all I can say. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I know.
Holy shit.
Did you listen about the part about Reimu?
Yeah, that's where I just joined in like 5 minutes ago. So that's when you started talking about the Reimu stuff, and like, oh my god, wait, really?
Yeah. So the stream we're listening to was made this morning, and she like dropped so much more info about Nijisanji. There's even an audio clip.
A 32-minute audio. Holy crap. Okay.
What
was the audio about?
More loud? Okay, I'll put him to the max. Well, a bunch of things. We're going over it. A lot of Aster allegations. First, she does the apology. It's kind of weak. Whatever.
Okay.
It doesn't really change what she said. I think what matters most is what she decides to do from now on. But then there's all these allegations about Nijisanji talking about how her pay was delayed for 8 months. This was something that was also said in the leaks, how her first paycheck was made to cover almost
her debut.
Her debut, almost all of it. And then there's some more Aster allegations saying how this was brought up multiple times to management and nothing was done about it. And then she ganged up with some other livers, and they brought more evidence to management. And then after that, the leaks happened, and then the false video happened, and then she was put on forced hiatus. But throughout all of this, basically, the talks were repeatedly more on her exit rather than any, like, it just felt like Nijisanji wasn't really making any efforts to, you know, fix the Aster allegation, or like they didn't really care. There was also, she said that she was offered a settlement, and she said that she believed
A legal settlement?
I don't know. She just said settlement.
Wow. Wow. Okay. So holy
And
shit.
she says she doesn't believe that, you know, if he was innocent, that they would have offered a settlement. She also said that she hated Yaoi.
Yaoi.
Yes.
Oh, so she hates gay people. Okay.
Well, no, she doesn't like anime man, she said. And what else? What else, chat? Oh, yeah, and then she said that you know, there was her model was leaked by a coworker 10 minutes after she privately showed it. Oh, Greg says Remu's statement has 60k views. What do you mean statement?
Statement.
And no comments? I think she might be deleting replies. Remo made a statement? Or are you talking about Twisty? Yeah, definitely 50 squiggly.
On and out, maybe.
On her PL?
On her PL, Rima. Oh god.
I didn't see that statement. I didn't see that statement yet. We're still going over this video.
Okay. How long are you into it?
Oh yeah,
18 minutes.
she also
okay.
said she doesn't believe any investigation took place. But like how? Because during an investigation, you go and you interview every coworker. Like there's question that this has been going on for 6 months. How could she believe that there was no investigation that happened? She was at the center of it, so obviously they would have asked her questions.
Maybe they haven't. Like, holy.
Oh,
okay.
The
I've got a
dang well
question.
anyway tweet. Okay, I see.
Oh, okay. So, a question, Rima. Do you what's your take in all of this? Like, how much do you believe in all of this?
Well, there's
like you personally, you know? Yeah.
Well, everything she said is nothing new. It's showing a real pattern so far. But I want to take a look at the rest of the stream right now, because I don't have much time left before my 100k celebration stream.
About
Okay.
my appearance.
Don't clip your super before I leave for Father's Day, because it's gonna adding this for a diss track. Just why these NIJI's content are just free fuel. Hey, have fun at Father's Day, and thank you for the super chat, Blade.
Hi, Blade. Oh, do you want to stream it over to me on Discord as well?
They would often ask
Just so I can watch it with you.
Yeah.
specific things or
Okay, thank
quotes
you.
or phrases for them, so that they could hear it in my voice.
God
They
damn,
would bring
dude.
my ASMR in a way that made me feel extremely uncomfortable. They would want to call with me more and more.
Now she's talking about Aster again, and she's saying that you know, they got first they were gaming, and then it was starting to get a little bit weird. Why not push back your 100k? Because after the 100k celebration stream, I'm going straight to the Niana concert, so I really have no time today.
We're acting
Rima's a working horse.
overly familiar and constantly just putting me down, calling me weird, asking if I was mentally disabled or had Tourette's, and
Whoa.
claiming that
Right?
other
Whoa.
wrong.
He just made a bunch
Whoa.
of weird comments about her.
Calling her she has Tourette's. I'm so sorry for laughing, but like, whoa.
I know.
This really hurt at the time, but I later found out from another coworker that this wasn't true, and that manipulation and bullying were just were just a pattern of his. I
Okay.
remember, one time we were in call and they just kept repeating like, "Why can't you be normal? Why can't you just be normal?" And I don't know, as someone who's never really fit in, I feel like it just kind of hit very hard. But during one of these calls, they brought up the idea of meeting up in Japan, and I've always been a shy person, but I also struggle with severe agoraphobia. Even something as simple as going to the grocery store can end in a panic attack for me, which is something that I had already mentioned before. When they suggested meeting up, I kind of explained again that I wouldn't feel comfortable, and I even said that if I were in Japan, I probably wouldn't leave my hotel room. Their response made me kind of uneasy. Instead of respecting the boundary that I had set, they kept pushing, saying that I didn't really seem like that type of person to him.
Okay.
They would continue with things like,
What does that even
"What if
mean?
we were in Japan together?"
Oh no, that was something she said in the league too, that he was... What did he say in the league? That he wanted to fly her to Japan or some shit?
Which I stated, like, regardless of who was with me, I would still feel extremely uncomfortable. They then said,
Understandable.
"What if I was in Japan with you and I held your hand?" And
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I can see him like doing the finger poke, or he's just pointing his finger together. Like, what if I was in Japan with you? Would you be comfortable?
The people shy? The people shy thing? Oh
Yeah,
man.
That's so fucking funny. I'm so sorry. Oh god, it's like I feel bad because it's like a bad situation for her, but like, oh my god.
No, it's bad
if
for
this
her,
is
but
actually-
he's cringe. He's creepy.
Yeah, I know. He has to
Nah, man.
Oh my god. Okay, keep going.
Like, this is physical cringe.
and
I
he
know.
followed up with, "What if I hugged you?"
No.
No.
Repeated that I still wouldn't feel comfortable then, in what I interpreted to be a very, very flirty tone. They had said, "What if we just stay in my hotel room together all day?" Sometime after this, I was invited to Japan under the pretense that they had not many people for their event and they really, really needed me. I later found out that this was completely false. They
What?
had more than enough people for the event, and I feel like they were just trying to guilt trip me to try to get me to show up. And thinking about it, I don't think I'm a very smart person. I felt uncomfortable.
That is so manipulative of him to lie about this, so she goes to Japan to show up for his event?
But
It's
I
like
wanted
actual. Remember that
best.
grooming? Remember? Sorry, Reams. Do you remember that whole how to groom? Like how a lot of people groom in these sort of behavior that you, Parrot and I taught you about like a year ago or something.
Yeah, you were saying that about
This is-
indie VTubers, yeah, or small
Yeah,
VTubers.
This is exactly that.
Ew.
This is like, oh my god, it's so disgusting. I am so sorry.
Ugh.
Okay, keep going.
You know,
She is very young.
if I was financially able,
Mhm.
I probably would have went because I want to be a good coworker.
Oh, okay, she didn't go, but she found out she lied to him. Okay, thank God.
I
Yeah,
want
yeah,
to be
yeah.
a good friend, and thinking about like what could have happened. It's honestly something I don't really want to think about, but I do a lot. And to continue, I'm gonna try and not share many details here, to try and protect the identity of the other people who were involved, but the same exact behavior, the same offer to fly other people out to Japan if it meant that they would stay in the same hotel room with them
No!
also happened.
I hope no one took that offer.
At another point,
Ugh.
and with another person, they got extremely aggressive with this person for not wanting to meet up with them on a trip.
Nah,
I
dude.
feel like this behavior to me was extremely uncomfortable and inappropriate,
Weirdo.
especially given that we were co-workers and we had around a 10-year age gap between us. I think
I'm sorry.
what maybe seemed like harmless flirting to them felt
You know,
very
it's-
invasive and manipulative to me. The way that they would just completely ignore my boundaries and try to kind of blur the line between professional relationships and personal ones made me feel very pressured and just ultimately unsafe.
Dude, it's behavior like this that actually enforces that whole stereotype against male VTubers.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I guess if like chat doesn't know what I'm talking about, in the current like state of the industry right now, chat, there's like a stigma against male VTubers that they're all like creepy, like groomy, weirdo, sexual pest behavior. Like, you know, they're all a lot of them are like that. And you know what? Situations like this kind of like, you know, not help that case because I do believe a lot of them are like actual just normal people. Some
Mm-hmm.
of them are just, you know, it's like, eh, eh.
Yeah,
Anyway.
and somebody brought up a good point that I was thinking about it too, but I forgot to source the clip for that. But reminder that Quinn Bennett was very creeped out by his behavior too when he said that it was weird the way he acted about women or something.
Oh, yeah. So why do you just have to wonder why like the company still has him around?
I don't get it because like it's crazy to me that are you seeing this too? My PowerPoint?
Yeah.
It's great if you guys remember properly, like one of the reasons why they terminated Sayu was because of offensive remarks regarding discrimination and sexual assault because she made a joke regarding like sexual assault. And then but then they're not taking these sexual assault, I don't know if is this called sexual assault or something else? They're not taking this Aster situation seriously at all.
Do you think part of Nijisanji just gave up? Like the EN branch just gave up?
I don't know. But I
Yeah,
don't want to
'cause
get
the-
into that right now. I want to watch the rest of the video.
Okay.
Sexual
Yeah.
harassment. Yes, sexual harassment is more like it. This is not. Yeah. That's a better word.
I'm gonna share a clip of a conversation that we had,
Okay.
where I basically, after finding out about what my friends had went through, I basically had confronted them about it. I feel like it's kind of weird when you offer to fly girls out. Just in general.
Okay.
I'm getting a call.
In general.
Might be famous.
Oh.
I don't know, but don't you think
But it was like a half
that's-
joke.
I mean, you can't really half joke saying, I'm gonna fly you to Japan, come stay at my hotel. That's not really a joke.
Whose voice is that?
Gee. I wonder why. I wonder who.
Like, I feel like there are some things you should and should not say to someone who is like, because like, she is a really big fan of Nijisanji. You're on your liver account. I feel like it's very awkward for her when you're saying like, even if it's a joke, which I don't think it is. I don't think, like, you say my joke's like unhinged or whatever, but you don't just say, I'm gonna fly you out and you can stay in my hotel room. After
It sounds like Aster's voice, no? I mean, I'd have to compare, but
I'm gonna be real with you. I forgot Aster how what
I know
Aster
it's
sounds
been
like.
so long.
It's been so long.
Where's
He's been
Aster?
gone for like
No,
8 months or something, chat. Well, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but like
we need
damn.
him to sigh so I can confirm. Wait, I want to listen to it again.
I don't know, but don't you think
But it was like a half
that's-
joke.
It was a half
You
joke.
can't really half joke saying, I'm gonna fly you to Japan. Come stay in my hotel. That's not really a joke. Like, I feel like there are some things you should and should not say to someone who is like, because like, she is a really big fan of Nijisanji. You're on your Liver account. I feel like it's very awkward for her when you're saying, like, even if it's a joke, which I don't think it is. I don't think, like, you say my joke's like unhinged or whatever, but you don't just say, I'm gonna fly you out and you can stay in my hotel room.
Hey, thank you for super chat.
We had this specific conversation.
Yeah, so that's him, and I mean, I guess she recorded that conversation. And she got sort of a confirmation by him. It reminds me of this raccoon meme. Raccoon is recording, you know, from Chainsaw Man.
Yeah. Listening.
Twisty is recording. We need somebody to make that edit.
Oh my god. Holy crap. Okay. Wait, when was it? Was this actually just leaked today? Or not leaked, released today?
Yeah, this morning. Yeah. This morning.
Okay. God damn, dude. Okay.
Yeah, I know. So I guess that's one receipt. She didn't provide a lot of proof for the rest of the allegations, but I mean, we've heard them from other people. It shows a pattern. Yeah.
We continued to go back and forth on it for a bit. And at one point, they had said something to the effect of, well, your friend is just so nice, and I really couldn't help myself, you know? And I just felt like that kind of hit home for me. I don't think that someone being nice to you is an excuse to push their boundaries, and I don't want to say this lightly, because I do believe that my friend had it much worse than I did.
What is she talking about?
I think he said that, like that recording that she showed. What I'm understanding, but I might be wrong about this, is that he said that joke to one of her friends, and in that recording, she's confronting him about it. And he's like, oh, it was just a half joke. And then after the recording ended, they went back and forth about it. And he's like, oh, but your friend was so nice to me. And she's like, well, it's not because somebody's nice to you that's an excuse to say things like that and to push their boundaries.
Was it, did she ever imply that it was, that friend was also a part of Nijisanji? Or?
Well, I see some people in the chat speculating that it's Carly, but she didn't say that, at least not yet. I mean, we can listen. I watched this as it was going live, so I didn't catch everything. And plus the stream was really low volume back then. This is like the boosted version with captions, so we can catch more of what she's saying.
Gotcha. Okay. Let's go.
Yeah, to say your friend is so nice and I couldn't help myself is a crazy thing to say. That is true. That is crazy.
It's like fucking sex pest behavior, dude.
Dude, it's like that Woojin thumbnail. No woman is safe.
True.
Yeah.
God.
After you told them you would fly them out to stay in your hotel room, Diddy Acadia.
Do not let this man meet his like female fan base, dude. Do not. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's most likely one of her indie like VTuber friend, because she has a lot of, indie VTuber friends, it seems.
I mean, if he has a track record of being a groomer, then
not a groomer.
A sex pest I'm more than willing to bet it also extends to not just Nijisanji members. It's also a lot of VTubers as well.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Nice is an excuse to sexually harass someone. I think another thing, many people have asked why I post publicly so often, and honestly, it's because it was the only way I ever received any form of response from my job. Every private attempt at communication was it was met with silence or redirection. I remember at one point, recently actually, they were upset because I had stated I want to
Thank you, Daryl Neese, for the super chat.
stream and said, "Why didn't you just ask?" Despite me and others pleading for months upon months for my return, and the only reason any of this even became public was because a friend chose to expose it because
Oh.
She's talking about the DM leaks here, I believe.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like, none of this would have come out if that leak didn't come out. Okay?
I can't really put it any other way. I was stupid. I had trusted them. I truly considered them a friend, but it came to a point in our relationship where I felt like I had to set boundaries in response to their very abusive behavior, and they weren't happy with that. And they kind of stated that this was a way to get back at me. Looking back, I feel like I realized how naive I was to think that I could just handle it all on my own, but at the time, it felt like I had no one to turn to. My coworkers were already overwhelmed and dealing with plenty of issues, and I didn't want to bring my own issues into the mix and kind of just add more stress. So
Didn't she... I gotta take a look back at the leaks. I thought she leaked these on purpose. I thought she wanted this. Because in the leaks, she was asking which newstuber he went to, and then he said false, and she was like, "Oh, it's cooked." I have to take a look back at these receipts. Like, I have them, but they're not censored, so I couldn't pull them. I couldn't get them ready for the stream.
It could have been like a statement of like a preemptive measure to safeguard herself more than her wanting to actually leak it, you know? But like, goddamn.
I gotta ask, is everyone recording everyone in the industry behind their back? Why are there so many recording with shit? I don't know, dude. It's fucked up. I think it's fucked up.
I don't like this sort of behavior in the industry where you like it's so petty to me that whenever you feel like you've been wronged by someone, you start dropping this shit unless it's actual criminal behavior or like something like this, like the whole like Aster shit, right? Like, you know, him being a sex pest. But like if it's just for petty drama between both of you that could have been like resolved privately, so you instead of like talking it out, you resort to actually like causing trouble for their reputation and their career. I think that's like absolute rat behavior.
Yeah, I think it's absolute rat behavior.
Like, that's kind of cringe.
Yeah, no, Falls had the leaks first, but Falls held off on it because he wanted to confirm things. He wanted to confirm things, and then Salvi made the video right away.
Oh yeah. I think that was what happened. That was also the narrative that people were running. I just believe it. I didn't have time to, but
I guess that was very stupid of me. I'm not perfect. I've made so many mistakes. But I truly don't think I've ever acted out of malice to hurt someone else. And it does hurt to be painted as something I'm not. I only ever wanted to just do my work and take care of my fans and find a place where I could belong wholeheartedly without any fear or shame. I want to just take this moment, I guess, and I want to just sincerely apologize to my past, current, and the future fans for the things that were said. I've mentioned it on stream many times, but I just want to say it again clearly. I truly do not care about money or expect anything from you. What I had said came from a moment of frustration during a very difficult time in my life. The financial stress and feeling unsafe in my work environment, and just being constantly disrespected by outsiders in my own space it made things worse. I was angry at everyone and angry at myself for not being able to do things for you. I wanted to be able to have fun events and do song covers and fun things for you guys, and being unable to just hurt. I don't want it to come off as an excuse. None of it justifies what I said, and I take full responsibility for my words. And I really am sorry if I've hurt you in any way. I also just want to clarify, the person mentioned in the video was not a fan of mine, but someone who had been stalking and harassing me and others for years.
Oh,
Even
that's
after-
She's talking about the alleged Indian guy, right?
yes.
Or
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
you've
yeah.
seen that recording. Yeah, that's the recording that leaked 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Mm,
Okay.
the guy named Epic, saying he's a
Epic.
stalker
Yeah,
and
him.
stuff.
I had removed him from my community. He would continuously harass young women and Asian creators to... I'm trying to think of a not weird way to word it, but I guess just to fulfill his own fantasies. That
Groom
still
them.
doesn't excuse the way that I spoke or the people that I hurt in the process. I let my anger and just not thinking get the best of me, and during that moment, I betrayed the trust and kindness of the people who genuinely supported me, and I'm truly sorry. To those who believed in me, who waited for me, I'm so sorry. I know I let you down. I made a lot of promises that I couldn't keep. And that failure is just something I don't think I can ever forget. You deserve so much better than me. I really did want to give you my all to be the best I could for you, but in the end, I couldn't. And for that, from the bottom of my heart, I am so sorry. You really mean everything to me. I don't think I'd even be here today if it wasn't for you.
Yeah, she doesn't address like the part where she shit talks the girl from Brave Group and stuff either.
Yeah. Oh, is that it? Is that
Which,
is that the whole stream?
well, there's a few more. There's 40 more
Oh, okay.
seconds.
But I think that covers everything I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
I'm sorry if this wasn't what you wanted to hear,
Oh.
but this is what I felt like needed to be said.
Okay.
I feel like you know, you don't have to choose whether or not she's like a victim in the Nijisanji situation or whether or not she's a shitty person. I think like it can be both. Like both things can be
Yep.
true at once. Like
Can be true.
she can be a shitty person and she can be Manhera, and she's also you know, a victim of.
Yeah.
And she got put in an uncomfortable situation with Aster. She has her back against the wall financially because of the Nijisanji stuff. She can't stream now for multiple months. Yeah.
How long was the clip?
32 minutes
Compared.
50.
No. I mean, like, when she said the things that she said, versus like how long ago was it? Rather, I don't know how to phrase
What
my
do you
words
mean?
correctly now.
Oh,
Like-
that was last year.
Oh, that
It
was
was-
only last year. Oh wow.
The recording
Oh,
was
wow,
last
okay.
year. She said she changed
Okay,
a lot
okay.
during that time, though. I don't know if it's true.
I don't know if that's true too.
It's something people can decide for themselves, or maybe her future actions will tell us more about that.
Mm-hmm. But like, goddamn, she's. but at the same time, you are right in the sense that, like, you know, she was like fucking trash talking people. Like she was hitting on people. Well, okay, not hitting in the flirty sense, but she was like attacking people left and right. People that didn't involve herself or really anyone that should be involved in this in her situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's kind of I don't know what to make of that. God damn.
Multiple people have said that she like kind of just speaks that way. Like she's kind of always been like that. Now, whether she means what she says or like she says just words, that's for you guys to decide. But like this person, like after her apology, do you remember that manager from Noah Talent?
Mm-hmm.
She went off on her on social media. Do you remember Quinn from like Noah Talents? Do you remember her?
Yeah.
She's like, now that I know her past life, this ain't authentic at all. This is truly you. Hi, Flair. No wonder you failed so many companies, including VLR, which you auditioned for while still under NIJI.
Wow. Whoa.
All
okay.
right?
Dude.
And then this. With this surfacing, someone told me her past life caused... Wait, with this surfacing, someone told me her past life turns out it was someone named Flair who used to harass me and was very mental. Once I confirmed it, I can say that yes, she is truly this way. It's sad to see she never changed.
You know, everyone, literally everyone would just avoid a lot of problems in their life if they just learned how to shut the fuck up. Like literally everyone.
I mean,
like, oh my god.
Yeah, but I mean, she was venting to one of her close friends. Apparently, that indie VTuber she was talking to was like one of her longtime friend.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I mean, it doesn't really excuse her, but like I guess she felt that she
That's
was
still
in a
yeah, it is.
it was a
It's still
safe
valid.
environment. She thought she was in a safe. I mean, I don't know who the Drinos guy is. I think he's like a fan of her, so who knows? Somebody in that call
knows,
must have
really?
leaked it. Somebody in that call must have leaked it, right?
I mean, really, how else can we even explain it, man?
Yeah.
Who else would really have that would have that audio if not like, you know? It's kind of bad. Oh my god. Honestly, I don't know how to react to it. It's like a lot of things all at the same time.
I know. There's so much to unpack. Do you but yeah, do you feel like the NIJI's outlook on graduations and scandal has changed after the Selengate thing? Because like before, you know, they terminated Zion, you know, for just doing a say joke she didn't even finish saying, mind you. And then for this issue, for example, they're like, according to what Twisty's saying, trying to like cover it up or something. It's
my actual opinion is that I think Nijisanji just gave up. Like I think for quite some time now. Maybe I would like to think it was probably after the Selen drama. They saw that all their work, all their fruit, it has all been kind of fruitless rather, and like they don't really like it's hard to keep up morale and keep working in an environment like that. So they just decided to like throw in the towel and stop. You know, I think that's what happened. But like I don't know how else to understand how else to describe it. Not describe it, like explain it rather. Yeah.
But throw in the towel, that means that we're not gonna get an investigation, that they're gonna keep these two livers suspended forever, or
I think they will at one point, because if it's getting this like I think they would need like one catalyst to trigger it. Like this one could be it. But I think if this was not like leaked, if this whole situation did not come out, I think they would just stick. I don't think they would have done anything about it. Yeah, I think perpetually or like maybe for like 2 years they might even have pulled that succubus VTuber from the JP.
Yeah,
that didn't like Yeah, it wasn't actually a technical graduation, but she was still there.
Roa.
Like, I think that might have happened. Yeah, Roa. I think
Yeah.
that might have been what would have happened. But now with this, it might change. Like their hands might be forced to, their hand is forced to act on this.
All right, yeah,
Probably.
but yes, and maybe
Yeah.
that's why she added all of this info, because she's just like, I don't care, I'm going scorched earth, and I want out, or
Yeah, like because there's nothing. It could be like a lot of frustrations on Twisty's part for me, honestly. Like,
I mean,
the fact that-
she said that none of her inquiries were ever answered unless she made them
exactly.
public.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is actually just not necessarily a power move, but like I think this is kind of deliberate in the sense that Twisty wants something done. So, and this whole being leaked situation is that thing that made her do this instead of just covering it up. Like she has nothing to lose anymore, basically. So boom. But then again, that whole settlement confuzzles me because I saw a lot of rats in chat saying that it could be like hush money, and like it's not necessarily the first time a VTuber agency wanted to pay a talent hush money for something. It's like, ooh.
Oh, it's not the first
Curious.
time?
Yeah. I could tell you a little bit about it in DMs later.
Okay. And
Yeah. But like, goddamn.
somebody sent you a super chat. Nuzagi, I remember when you covered the Twisty situation and said you can see her do well as an indie because of how Manhera she is. If only we knew how things would have spiraled to this point.
Dude. Okay. So this is like a very divisive situation for her, right? Like obviously people are gonna absolutely hate her, but people are also gonna absolutely like want to support her. Because nothing, this sounds so bad. This might sound bad or counterintuitive, but nothing is more like profitable for a VTuber if they are sad as fuck and need support, or if they're desperate and has their back against the wall. And like, normally I would say maybe not anymore. But after this situation, I can genuinely see her doing well now. Because you damn well know that there are still going to be a lot of people that will still support her after this, and might even support her even better after this.
Oh, yeah.
She's gonna be like probably gonna be super isolated from the rest of the indie scene because of how volatile her brand might be. But like just by herself, I can still see her doing really well. I mean, your complex type of shit.
Yeah, if Gunpei has an audience, she definitely does. In the NIJI quarterly thing, there was a page about challenges facing the EN sphere, and one of the solution is acting based on third-party investigation. Also, they mentioned
apparently
it.
Has not happened. Yeah.
According to her.
According to her, yeah, apparently.
Now, it is because
boy.
that one, NIJI and talents have different directions, and two, they abandoned other branches, so EN will be the same, and three, Riku heads are tied along with management, and four, because of Silan, it's just worse for the corpo. Yeah.
Yep. All of that is basically the reason why I think like NIJI just gave up. Like they're down. They're not like they're stopping this now. Oh, okay, maybe not stopping it, but like they're half-assing everything now. They're just bleeding out and waiting to die. Which is ooh. I don't know how Riku and Nijisanji JP as a whole will take that, because JP is thriving right now, but like outside, not a good look. Absolutely not a good look.
Yeah, so do you think Nijisanji will answer this? Like, do you think they'll do something in the following days? Do you think we can, look at their Twitter and maybe see a notice or a graduation?
No.
You think they're gonna ignore this?
I think they're gonna ignore this, and like Aster is going to be the one that's gonna say something. That's how, like, it's sad, but that's how low I think of Nijisanji right now. Like, incompetence I can forgive, right? Because we're all incompetent to a certain degree, right?
Okay.
But like this is assuming, by the way, that like what Twist is saying is true.
Mm-hmm.
But like if they're actively suppressing this information and like not doing anything just to actively not doing anything for it, not trying to fix their situation, not trying to resolve anything at all,
Yeah.
then I don't think that's incompetence anymore. That's actually just them trying to, like, to a certain extent, it's malicious, at least in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think, and if you've reached that point, then I don't think there's no saving you at that point. You're going to be like desperately just not. You're gonna trottle along. You're not gonna do anything. Put your hands on your ears. Blah 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 it until it all goes away. Because Nijisanji has been through that before. To a certain extent, people stop talking about it after the drama, like after the peak of the drama has subsided, and that's going to be, I think, what they're going to do going forward as well. That's what I think.
Somebody said she's already being left out of videos. The recent NIJI and Prove night. Oh yeah, I've seen that on my YouTube. And the official EN channel has her 2 gen mates and not her. She's self-suspended. They're trying to erase her existence. If you read the written summary from Twisty she released with this apology, it answers Nuzagi's questions, triggered with not voting Trump with mom. Oh, because in her apology she talks about Trump.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Somebody made a meme. It was like, you know that Logan Paul apology, like, I've made a severe and continuous lapse of judgment. But anyway, guys, it's all Trump's fault. Now it's all Nijisanji's fault.
Wait, that's a shit post, right? Like,
yeah,
sure.
it's a shit post. No,
okay,
I mean,
cool.
no, she does mention Trump in her apology.
Okay. I thought, like, wait, how is Trump related to this? It would be so fucking funny, though.
She does mention it in her written apology. That's what the super chat is saying.
Yeah.
Not Static. Days in Ratty Senji En without drama. 0. Yeah. All right,
Yep.
Nizai, can
You
you
set
talk
the
to chat while I go to the bathroom real quick? I'll be right back.
Hi, chat. It's been a long time, huh? It's been a long time. Well, I haven't streamed in a while. No videos, only shitpost shorts for a while. I'm gonna make this about me now, Rima, because you decided to put me here, and now I'm gonna try to not reason myself out. I'm gonna talk to your chat as if they were my chat. So as if you've noticed, I've been gone for like 3 days. Not 3 days, for like fucking 3 months. And then in the course of 3 months, 3 of the biggest VTuber drama has happened. Well, maybe not the biggest, but like relative to what's been happening in the last few months. The Gura graduation, the Cinder situation, and now another Nijisanji drama. I'm sure there was more. I actually genuinely forgot. But like, goddamn, dude. Goddamn, it was a bad time to retire. But I'm actually very glad that I did in the first place. Because life is about to get busy for me. I'm not gonna be able to chat, even talk to Rima and friends all that much after the next few months. I'm gonna be off the grid for a while. Life's gonna get. I'm not gonna be a loser anymore, basically. Yeah. And it's pretty wild, that fucking dude. It's so wild that like a lot of the commentary / news tubers have all kind of left. Well, I guess the only one that's like the bigger ones, at least, or the medium-sized ones, and the ones that kind of just remain is like False and Rima. But at the same time, I don't think False kind of uploads not so frequently. So like Rima's like thriving here, dude, and I'm very happy for her about that. Like, goddamn, dude is thriving, and you know what? You go support her the best you can. Because I think she's the next generation of this stuff. But drama. drama. Nijisanji, what is going on in Nijisanji? Wow, bad. Wow, very, very bad. Aster sex pest. Oh my god, grooming. Twisty being puri. Oh my god.
What are you guys
what is
doing?
going on in Nijisanji? Oh.
What the fuck are you guys doing? What did I come back to?
We were having a little meme moment. Yep.
Oh yes.
Goddamn.
Yeah, Barrett. It's funny. There was this Barrett tweet that I really liked.
Yeah.
My future ex-wife Twisty is dragging me kicking and screaming back to the NIJI vibes.
Let's go.
He calls her his future ex-wife because she always tweets about him. She like gets
Exactly.
She has
She doesn't-
her
she doesn't
aggro
like him.
set on him. Yeah.
As a child, I yearned for that. Oh my god. Hey, more money for Parrot. More money for both of you, dude. Holy crap.
I wish there's an Eminem VTuber inspiration just to call out any VTuber and corpo VTubers. I don't give a lot of F of a defamation just making a diss tracks on VTubers.
Oh shit. Like an anti-corpo Calliope Mori is actually kind of a banger idea. You know what I mean?
Listen, I'm performing a concert tonight. I got you.
True. Wait, what are you gonna be singing, Rima?
Oh, that's a surprise.
Whoa, okay. I'm gonna tune in there. Womp womp. Okay.
Womp womp. Yeah.
You go support those bros.
Yeah, I have.
There's more. There's more happening BTS in NIJI, right, Rima Dian? Oh, behind the scenes, you mean? I mean, obviously, right? I mean, I imagine them scrambling to get something.
Right now, probably, yeah.
Yep. Although, I don't think they're gonna do anything about it. They're probably just going to have internal memos and notices. But that's it. I don't think that. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh! I guess I forgot to tell you this, Rima. Congratulations on becoming officially an idol.
Why? Oh, because of the
concerts. I mean, you've always been an idol. You've always.
It's the third time,
But
yeah.
like now you've been to Japan.
True.
So you're officially an idol now.
True.
Like unironically. Congratulations.
Dude, we gotta go
How do
back
you
to
feel?
Japan, man. That was so much fun.
True. Chat. Okay. I kind of even want to stream it, honestly.
Chat,
Well,
can you
stream it
finance
in your
us
POV.
another travel to Japan?
Yeah, fund us.
Fund us.
Give us more money. We can go to fucking Harajuku and buy the shit we want to buy.
True, but we were sitting in the streets of Harajuku crying because we're broke.
Honestly, my best memory, honestly. God damn.
Yeah, there's going to be a Rima cooking stream before the Aster cooking stream. Is that crazy? Like, we're getting a Rima cooking stream before GTA 5.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Kenji.
Oh, Kenji,
Oh,
what the
shit.
fuck?
That's unexpected. Hi.
What the fuck?
Oh, shit. Oh, by the way, chat.
Hi, Kenji.
Can I get money without streaming? Like, can you guys just do that?
Well, Kenji just
Like,
gave
can I
us
just
$1, dude.
True. Thank you, Kenji.
Japan fun!
God.
Let's go! We got €2. Thank you. And we got a super chat from the KFP floor sweeper Die. Oh, no,
Hi,
sorry.
Die.
What the fuck? Wait.
Bro's being bombarded right now.
Hold up. We got 50 subs from Allegraza!
Allegraza.
What the fuck? Giga chat! And we got 100 bits! And we got a
Dude, I miss
sad girl fund!
Dude, I've been away for only a month, but I already
Allegraza.
missed this fucking
I know!
community, dude.
Me too.
I miss you guys.
You should come back, guys. I'm trying to convince Nuzagi to come back.
Nah, dude, I'm like Dean and Sam Winchester from Supernatural wanting to retire from hunting. I've loved it a lot, but like, goddamn, it's been a fun ride.
Not Static sent a $10 tip saying, behind the scenes NIJI clash with Aster on one hand and Twisty on the other hand of the ring. Place your supers. And Lorelei, cheers. Yes, honeys. Thank you. And K-Rose, thank you for the 100 bits. And Table Tray, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much,
know what
guys.
You know what would be a really fun concept, Rima?
What?
A VTuber gambling ring. Should I start that? Should I make a VTuber gambling ring?
Wait.
Fucking, just betting on fucking what drama is gonna happen next. It's like it's gonna be funny. Nah, never mind. I'm not gonna do that. It would be very funny if I did, though.
Wait, somebody's...
Nani?
Yeah, people are tweeting about the leaks. Girls saying,
Sayu.
"Oh, Sayu, why you's here? Oh, hi. What's up? What's up, girl?" Okay, look at this tweet. Girl saying to straight up lie about what happened when her fan went and leaked info to false. And yeah, and she says, so ask him to say it. It was an anonymous indie who gave this info. See, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
See, I remember seeing this. That's why I said while I watched this that I feel like she's the one who leaked it. That's why whenever she was crying about drama tubers, I was like, girl, you wanted this out. Why are you blaming us? You wanted this out. You put this out there. So ask him to say it. It was an anonymous indie who gave this info. Okay, anything else? And that supposedly he was doing it to other livers. If he frames it as it came from inside, everyone will know it is me 100%. Understood. I'll phrase it right now. Unless you want me to copy paste something. I looked up VTuber news and picked the first person. But personal information about them, how would that help? I didn't know the first thing about him. I didn't know any drama shit. Why not do research or like...
Wait, so... Oh my god, wait, no, this kind of changes a lot of things for me. What? I'm so sorry.
All I'm gonna say is in the Discord links, one of the conversation was to lie to false, saying he was doing something to the livers to make it more believable. So I'm withholding judgment. Wait, what?
The plot thickens?
Ask him to say it was an anonymous indie who gave this info, and that supposedly he was doing it to other livers. If he frames it as it came from inside, everyone will know it is me 100%. Oh, but that doesn't, what? Okay, I get it. I get what this person tried to say. They're saying, when Twisty instructed Frank to give the leaks, she was like, if you tell false that Aster only harassed me, they're gonna know it's me. So tell him that he's also doing it to other livers to cover up the fact that it's not just me. I think that's what's going on. And then this person is saying, she told him to lie, that it was done to other livers to make it more believable, but it's not to make it more believable. It's to
make it worse.
No. It's not to make it more believable. It's so they don't know that it's about her.
Oh.
Am I making sense?
So that just kind of muddies the water then. So is Twisty the only one that's getting affected by this or not?
I don't know. But in the Raziel doc, there was other people affected by this, apparently. It was to cover up her tracks, is from my understanding.
Yeah. No, that makes sense, but like...
I mean, does it mean... I mean, it looks bad that, she lied about this, but does it mean we gotta throw out the whole thing? Probably not.
Probably not, yeah. True. Oh my god.
But others being affected was mentioned before. It was mentioned in the Raziel document, that, like, the part that I read out earlier. Oh, what a shit show, man.
The plot thickens, my dude. Holy it is more than just a shit show. It's a shit fest. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Okay.
And Scarlett also felt uncomfortable with that Psy conversation, but that was that conversation with Scarlett about harassment? It was more about, what was it about again? What were they arguing about? He was scolding her.
Yeah, for being. She was scolding her. Yeah. I don't think it had anything. It had a sexual connotation to it, but it seemed bad enough. It is so messy. This is so messy.
This is very messy. And and what Quinn said.
Oh yeah, that he's creepy. Well, I truly don't know how to react to this, dude.
I gotta go back and make sense of it all because I'm a little confused in between some things.
Yeah, yeah, same. You don't have to say anything right now, Rima.
That's a
Quinn said there
loser's
was a
bet,
reason.
no deal.
Whoa. Whoa. I forgot what I said. I don't know what you're referring to, my boy.
What was that Quinn video? Maybe it's to cover who leaked the info rather than who else is involved. Yeah, maybe.
The Quinn stuff was basically he just said that there was a reason he didn't collab. The podcast only lasted one episode. I don't think he like even implied. I don't think he said anything explicit. But that in of itself kind of that was during sexual assault allegations or like sex pest allegations. So still.
There's so much to debunk. Should I try to find that Quinn clip? But I don't even remember what it's called or anything.
It sounds like it's going to be a video. It's a little too messy.
I mean, this is a developing situation, and I'm kind of just reacting to it the best that I can.
Yep.
But yeah, when I do the videos, I think it's gonna help clarify some things and add some more context.
Yeah.
Okay, so
take everything said here with like a lot of grain of salt, I guess, because we don't know our own what's currently going on.
you gotta make an Aster diss track now. All his size not gonna make up for his tiny size, trying to get you on a plane when he's just making stains. Oh my god, did you just make that rhyme on the go? What the fuck?
I'm sighing.
So this is the Quinn Bennett tweets. After the Aster allegations came out, Quinn tweeted this. Never mind, I feel it's irresponsible to be vague given the circumstance, and TBH, I want to stay in my own lane. Even if I personally dislike someone, that doesn't give or remove credibility from a third-party story. My opinion wasn't meant to invalidate or validate someone else's experience, which is why I deleted the post. Hope that clears everything up.
Hello? Alright, I'm gonna be honest. I'm fucking stupid, okay? I'm not even gonna lie. I'm dumb as I was being petty. I was being immature. I was triggered. I reacted, and I shouldn't have done any of that shit. Alright? So I'm gonna just go through everything, and after this, y'all can hold it to me. I will never, ever speak about past drama from my old workplace again. I fucked around and I found out. And you know what? I deserve to find out. I shouldn't have said any of that shit. So I definitely do feel
Did he
like
get
it
hate
got
from this?
blown out
Yes.
of
I don't remember.
and people were drawing.
Yes, he got a lot of hate from the Nijisanji fanbase who were in his chat.
Oh. Insane. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Conclusions, which is why I initially deleted the tweet. I'm just gonna start from the beginning, okay? I'm even gonna show pictures of the tweet I made. I don't want to hide from this. I'm not trying to. The whole reason I deleted the initial tweet is because I didn't want this to happen. I said it, so it did. I woke up, was sent a video by someone, a friend of mine, who knows I had my personal issues with the person that the subject of the video was about. I ended up tweeting this. All I'm saying is the reason the podcast only lasted 2 episodes. I can't really say names or be uber specific in any of this because
Yeah, first he tweeted, all I'm saying, there's a reason the podcast only lasted 2 episodes. It was a podcast with Aster.
I'm not trying to get
Couldn't get any more specific
I am
than
trying
that.
to be as clear as possible so that people can like relax and there's not all this like speculation, you know? So I tweeted this, and I'm gonna be honest with you, this was petty as fuck. There was no need for me to tweet this. This post was up for like, I think 10 minutes at the most. And then I was like, I'm an idiot, and I deleted it. And then after I deleted it, because I knew I was stupid, I tweeted these 2 tweets, and these are still up. Never mind. I feel like it's irresponsible to be vague given the circumstances, and to be honest, I want to stay in my own lane. Even if I personally dislike someone, which is the person I tweeted about and the person the video was about, that doesn't give or remove credibility from a third-party story. So basically what I'm saying is, like, even if I dislike person A, someone else having a different issue with person A, me having a separate issue doesn't make the third party's issue any more or less legitimate. My issue and their issue with the same person is separate. That's what I was trying to say, right? The reason I ended up tweeting the first tweet initially is I essentially watched the video. A lot of you guys know well, not a lot of you, but some viewers of mine, I was groomed growing up.
I don't remember that. Wow.
Jesus. I love that we had the same reaction.
It triggered me, okay? I don't really get triggered by a lot of stuff, but it did trigger me because it reminded me of the way that I was spoken to in certain contexts and manipulated, and so I was mad. Now, what makes me extra stupid for getting mad about this, if you guys need...
I feel like we've watched this clip 3 times at least, and we all forgot it, yeah.
Or whatever about me being groomed. I'm like, there's a video on my extra channel where I talk about it, but I'm not here to... That's not important, okay? I'm just explaining why I was triggered, okay? Me being triggered does not justify me making the tweet. I'm just explaining why I felt justified in the moment to make the tweet. But that doesn't mean, like, in retrospect and from an objective point of view, it was a good fucking decision, because it wasn't. So yeah, the way the typing was in the screenshot like really irritated me, and I don't know if the messages in the video are real, to be completely honest with you. I have no idea, but I will say what I do know is real. So I already didn't like this person, not because of these allegations specifically. I didn't like them prior to this due to the way that me and them interacted, the way they treated me and some of my friends. We just weren't compatible friends. And I'll be completely honest, since I feel it's not right to hide this aspect of the puzzle piece, I really don't want to talk about this, because if I don't talk about it, I'm seen as protecting a predator. If I do, I'm seen as being messy. So to be honest, I'm gonna be as vague as possible. But another reason I didn't like this person is because there were some stories going around and some things I saw where they behaved weird towards women. Okay, nothing criminal, nothing to the extent of what has recently come out, but I didn't like how they seemed kind of like they would like nag certain women about certain things, or kind of put them in positions to feel guilty, or pounce on like newer members that were in the company. And that
Twisty said that too. That he, you know, circled around, you know, the newer women that joined the company. There's a lot of like repeated stuff.
Like patterns.
Didn't know about this behavior. Like they were not the most healthy when they interacted with women. And I'm going to be honest about that. I'm not going to cover it up. That was a part of the story, and that's part of the reason why I was also extra triggered and why I had personal problems with them. Okay? And I didn't really want to say this, and this is why I shouldn't have involved myself initially, because I didn't want to say this. It was nothing I wanted.
These are the Scarly DMs.
I remember.
Explain why you even heard. I said that whenever we're in VC, okay, the attention is when shifted to whoever joins.
Okay, buddy.
It's what's definitely not making me feel any more better is the sheer fact you purposely are ignoring me because you don't know what to say. After, I'm sorry, I'm just overwhelmed. Sigh. Look, my intention isn't even to hurt you. Why would I? My intention is to let you know what has been bothering me. So maybe that's what, when Quinn was saying he was nagging women, maybe that's what he was referring to. It could be that.
Yep.
It could also not be that.
Yeah. Yeah, I love sighing now. But yeah, I 100% believe a lot of this, bros.
And then he's like talking more, and this goes before this, but this is like him just being kind of unanswered. Seriously, lol, so you're purposefully ignoring me? Okay, this is a long clip. I'm gonna be late to my other stream.
Oh shit, okay.
Clarify, it was nothing criminal. It was nothing criminal. It was just like weird. Like it was stuff that I would see and I was like, this is like, for lack of a better term, this is how I would imagine an incel would interact with women, right? That is like, I can explain it without giving specific examples and airing out specific people's business. It was like trying to watch someone that was very bad at interacting with women or didn't know an appropriate way to do it at an appropriate time, do it. And I didn't fuck with that. So I distanced myself from this person when we still worked together. And that's why
Wait, nah, that's about right, lol. Damn, Sayu. Sheesh.
I ended up stopping the podcast.
Fucking speak your
Like I said,
facts, my
it was
dude.
just like weird.
Yeah.
Like anyone looking at it would be like, this is like weird, and like it was like they weren't. It's like they were socially inept in certain regards. I wasn't like, damn, we need to call the police. It was just like, this is weird, right? This is odd. And so I was like, I don't know the extent of how odd this is or how odd this gets between other members. I'm not this person. I don't know how they interact with other people privately. But based on what I saw, I was like, I don't want to interact with them publicly because they could be doing stuff privately. I was just more. It was more to protect myself, and because like I was like, I don't know if there's malice here or not, and I don't want to involve myself or get close to someone who could potentially do harm. Okay, it was more like I was just protecting my peace and trying to stay away from what could be an issue. Was it an issue? I don't know. Factually, I don't know. These are the vibes that I got. This is more my feelings. That's why I distance myself. Not all coworkers get along. That's kind of how life is. The interactions between women, allegations.
That's how
I
agencies
witnessed
are.
some of them myself. I witnessed some of them myself. Some of them.
He's seen some of them, and some of them happened to some of his friends. Reminder, he was going to go with Scarlett to Japan on the same flight for the off collab, only avoided due to her connection flights being delayed. Dude, she dodged a bullet.
Absolutely.
Imagine being stuck in a plane with him. Yikes.
Happened to my friends, but I'm not gonna say who. I'm not gonna say what. I'm just saying I didn't like it. I didn't like it, so I didn't like this person. Okay, this is bringing me back to my original point. Should you guys even know any of this shit from me? Should I be the one telling you this? Fuck no. Okay, I should not have aired this out. I should not have made my fucking tweet. I should not have said any of this shit. Okay, because I'm not the person that this happened to, or I wasn't one of the girls that he was being weird to. I was just a bystander, or I was a third party, and it wasn't really my business at the end of the day, which is why I'm coming out here to say, like, I shouldn't have fucking said any of this shit. Okay, I was dumb. I was literally being impulsive, and within 10 minutes I deleted the tweet and was like, damn, I'm fucking idiot. And I guarantee like people at my old job don't want me talking about this, but I feel like it's more fucked up for me to just leave the tweets up as they are and not elaborate than it is for me to elaborate and give you, I guess, the full context so that you guys can make a decision. Because right now it's aunties making crazy accusations and then fans being like, well, now I'm stressed and don't know what's going on. So I at least wanted to give you as much as I can divulge without, in my opinion, slandering anyone, crossing a boundary, or saying things I shouldn't say. I just want to, I guess, give peace of mind in general. Due to seeing these like messages and my prior disdain for this individual who allegedly typed these messages in this video, I don't actually know, like, I want to clarify the messages in the video. I don't know if they're real. Okay, I'm not saying they are, I'm not saying they aren't. Just because of the way I saw the like alleged message, how they were formatted and typed, it reminded me of stuff I dealt with when I was younger with like getting groomed or whatever. And then from what I already thought about this person, I jumped to a conclusion or made an impulsive decision to tweet the petty shit that I tweeted. I shouldn't have done it. Okay, I didn't even think about the consequences at the time because I was so blinded by my emotion, and honestly I fucking should have. 10 minutes after I hit enter, I was like, well, I'm stupid. Like, I shouldn't have said that.
It's kind of running in circles now.
It's already too late. You know? Like, someone screenshotted it, it's out there. Like, I didn't want my tweet to be used as a think piece or seen as me corroborating allegations that came out because, like I said, I don't know if they're true. My intent with the tweet was honestly just to be like, yeah, this guy too. Like, that was it. The whole point of the tweet was me saying, fuck you, Lamau. Like, that's it. It was petty as shit. It was childish. I shouldn't have fucking done it. But that was my end goal, okay? And that was the extent of it. I didn't want it to be about the allegations. I didn't want it to be whatever. It was just an unnecessary ass, yeah, this guy. Because in my mind, I always kind of thought he behaved weird with women. So this was like, oh, wow, my assumptions were right. You know, that was the point of the tweet. I shouldn't have said it. A lot of people.
I think we got the gist of it.
You've been running in circles for the last 5 minutes.
Yeah. So you gotta go to work. I gotta go to my other stream. So I think we can just call it here. I'm gonna raid to my other stream. I don't know. I'm gonna do a hand cam. Do my first cursed baking stream. I have also a mod apology plan. I'm trying to figure out. I keep getting this message about having high CPU usage on my Streamlabs, and
that doesn't sound good.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if I should put on this cosplay from that girl from Genshin Impact that like was one of my inspiration for my model, just to have like just to be kind of in character. So maybe I'll do that. Sayu, thanks for joining us. So I'm gonna be raiding to the 100k celebration stream. I hope you guys can stick around for it. And I'm just going to take like 15 minutes to get ready though before I start. And then later on today, we're performing a song at the Nyana Banyana concert, so make sure to tune in for that. Nuzagi, thank you for joining us. It was good to have you back. It's good to talking to you.
Yep, yep.
And Sayid too.
You too.
Love you, girl. Have a good day.
Yep, yep.
Nuzagi is stock soon.
Soon, Rima. Soon. Okay. I'm
Okay.
gonna drop now.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye. All right, guys. I'll see you in the celebration stream. I'm gonna rate now. Bye bye.